I'm Todd Grisham, and what a venue. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure.
And he... Up against them, ice cold.
This bout is scheduled for
a lot of pre-match. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. The straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. A perfect counter shot. Perfect counter lands. Do you believe this? Those counter punches have to hurt. Beautiful counter shot. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Catch and shoot. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
Such heat. The cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice you back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
A monster! Dazed! What we saw in that. Here we go. It's round two. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Fear you have with this lightweight is has he punched himself out? Good counter punch. That big hook doesn't land. He threw the hook, didn't land. Nice counter shot. Fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
You fight a swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
The straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? Well done with that counter shot. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. From this moment forward, on to the third. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch, counter punch.
They exchange punches. Jab doesn't quite connect. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That jab misses. There's a counter shot. Counter punch. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Nice counter shot. Just missed with that hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Counter shot lands. The straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, he is good. What do you do? There's the bell for round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he scores with the counter. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The counter punching. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
I need to see that again.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
At the halfway point, there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. A lot of work needed. Back into the fray here in round 5. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Jab does not score. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nope, that uppercut does not score. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That counter punch caught him clean. Both men step back for just a moment. He threw a punch and just got countered. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. They both want the knockout. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Pretty dominant round. There's the bell to start round 6. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. The courage on display here is incredible. Nice counter. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown the shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That bell could not... There's the bell to start round 7. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And that hook misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That hook was off target. Swing and a miss with that left hook. Nice counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time, despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Start wondering how much work There's the bell to start round 8. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. Catch and shoot. They exchange punches. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Good counter punch. This round. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
A shot from the gods took him out.
What a dominant performance, and it showed.